Yo, what up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
Yes, sir.
We are back at it again. Oh, with another one. Shout out to Ali A. Am I right?
Guess who's back again?
That's funny.
Allier? Who's Allier?
Remember the guy? He does like the clickbait he did like the old Fortnite clickbait videos. He was like, I got the new Fortnite skin right here, right now, and it's just uh like a concept of the new Fortnite skin. It's not even the new Fortnite skin. Like he was saying
Oh,
he has it, and like I'm here. Anyways,
okay. Yeah,
what's
no,
good,
I
yo?
mean, I never played Fortnite. Yeah, so. Hmm.
Okay.
Nah, I did play Fortnite. Fortnite was actually the thing when it first came out, bro. It was like hot, and then Call of Duty came out. And it was like, oh, let's play COD.
Mm.
Um, can we go over the roster configurements? Sorry, English is hard. Before we start, please. Yes, we can.
100%.
So we are doing a Dynasty SuperFlex startup mock draft on the show today. It's PPR scoring format. You have one quarterback, two running backs, two wide receivers, one tight end, one regular flex, and one super flex, which is a flex, but you add the quarterback. So you can start two quarterbacks at one time. You have 10 bench spots. You know, your dynasty leagues are going to be different depending on what you guys decide. And if you guys do a dynasty league with us, which the comment is pinned in the chat, patreon.com/fantasylandfam.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to do a dynasty league with us, then this will be kind of similar to how we do it. We might add one more bench spot. We might add some taxis, but this will kind of look very similar to how it will look today. By the way, just quickly on that, Badaki, if people want to join a league with us, tell them how they can do that, and then we'll get into this mock.
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually pinned in the comments right now. Patreon.com/fantasylandfam. If you want to play Dynasty, redrafts, or if you want to play both leagues, all the information is on patreon.com/fantasylandfam. It's also in the description. It's also in our Discord channel. It's also in our Instagram page. It's wherever you see Fantasyland football, there's a link to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Check it out there. There's like I said, three different ways you can join. If you want to just play redrafts, awesome. If you want to play Dynasty, awesome. But if you want to play both, there's
Best of both
also an
worlds.
option. Absolutely. So it's really simple, really easy. If you have any questions, please let us
You
know.
get the best of both
And you unlock
worlds.
exclusive stuff too.
And I think,
Oh
oh
my
yeah,
gosh.
extra podcast,
And
Patreon exclusives, weekly rankings, unlimited advice from your boys. Yeah.
there's a fire safety happening, so you're gonna have to talk.
Oh God. Okay. Shout out to living in an apartment, right? All right. So right now, obviously, Badaki's going through a fire safety drill, which it happened to him or to me the last time we did this. Anyway. Also, Badaki, you can see my little football thing in our video. All right, guys, we're only professionals here. What's up, Lakers? Shout out to everyone in the chat. Just quickly, if you guys do want to join these live streams in the future and mock with us, join our Discord. The link is in the description. It's the solo.to link. That is the way to get the links. Like we send them in Discord and then it fills up. So join our Discord. It's a good little community there as well. And then I know we're gonna get started real quick, but lastly, we got a great community over there on Discord as well. They, anytime you have trades or things that you're asking about in fantasy, we've always got people who are happy to respond, and give you advice. Badaki and I do offer advice. That's through Patreon. That's through our Close Friends Plus tier. We offer unlimited advice through personal DMs. But our community's got you with the advice on Discord. Okay, shout out to Kieran, shout out to Gator, shout out to Lakers, shout out to Garrett,
Shout out to everyone and the fire testing team. They're
and the
finished.
fire testing team. Is it done? Okay.
Apparently, they said it's
Hey,
done.
our goal is to get to 30 likes. I don't know if we can do it. I honestly don't know if
I'm
we can
actually
do it.
believing. I'm believing.
But if you can help us get to that goal, drop a like here. Let's see how many we can get to in 3, 2, 1. Drop a like for us. Let's see if we can somehow get to 30, the dirty 30. All right, Lakers, we're going to answer your question. We're going to start the mock. He's asking, where should you draft Watson right now? In a dynasty league, I think 5th round onwards is safe. I think we both believe that he will play football again. Obviously, we want justice to happen, but when he does play football again, inevitably, he's going to be very valuable.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to answer some of these questions, but let's get this mock started. So, Badaki, if you want to bring up that mock screen. Again,
always.
Dynasty SuperFlex startup. At the beginning of the live stream, we told you the team layouts. We're going to go ahead and randomize this, okay? So this is going to be randomized 3 times.
Yeah, every mock draft we randomize because unless we want to keep it like that, maybe we should keep it up to the people. Is that too much to ask? Or nah?
Well, I actually can't find the randomize button, so this is what we're gonna do. All right, let's go ahead and begin this draft. We
Okay.
should see a lot of quarterbacks off the board here first. If anyone is not familiar with Dynasty SuperFlex, you can play 2 quarterbacks at a time. Quarterbacks are going to last longer than any other position in this league, typically. So you're going to see your Patrick Mahomes, your Josh Allen's, Kyler Murray's, Lamar's off the board pretty early, Justin Herbert's. I am drafting at the 8, Badaki's at the 4. Wow, 23 likes somehow. Is that real? I don't know if that's real or not.
I mean, I hope it's real. We might lose some now that you didn't randomize.
I'm sorry, guys. We wanted to randomize, but then as soon as I went to randomize it, the option wasn't there. Garrett's got a trade question.
Just a quick panic. Okay, let's listen to that. Garrett.
All right, so this is a 3 wide receiver league. I traded Zach Moss and a first for Elijah Moore and a 4th. Zach Moss and a first and Elijah. I mean, you got Elijah Moore for cheaper than Badaki got him for.
Yeah, 100%. But I mean,
I like it.
It's okay. I like it as well.
I like it.
Sometimes you just got to give up everything you have for a star, and that's exactly what I did. And you didn't even do that, so you're chilling.
We're big believers in Elijah Moore, so yeah. I mean, especially in a 3 wide receiver league where you can start 3 wide receivers, 100%. I think you made the right call there. Okay, so I'm sitting here. Ooh, do I want to risk what will come back to me? No, I don't. I want to solidify my quarterback, and I'm going to go Dak Prescott here at the 1.8. I'm happy that he fell to me. I would have done Herbert if Herbert fell as well.
Yeah, Herbie.
But
good old Herbie.
Just want to solidify my quarterback there. Karen said, no cap, Fortnite is still the most popular game in the world. I don't play it anymore, but I got to give it respect it deserves. It has changed gaming. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
That's true. It definitely changed gaming. I remember when Fortnite first came out, me and Badaki lived in a house with like 10 other boys, and we had 4 PlayStations in one room. We would squat up together in one room. Right. It was always crazy vibes. People would watch and stuff.
We missed a huge opportunity there. We should have streamed and been like I mean, it's pretty big now, but like content houses and stream houses, that's all pretty big. But man, crazy that.
I'm sorry, Gator fan and Eddie, that we weren't able to randomize. I literally like tried and it just wouldn't let me.
But it's okay.
Unlucky. It is okay.
I think another thing that maybe we should say is tomorrow, our time.
Yes.
We are also going live tomorrow. We're going to begin to go live from now into the beginning of the season until something changes every technically Tuesday. So we go live Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday night, obviously American time. But the Tuesday live is actually going to be Q&A. So if you want to come and ask any fantasy related questions, anything that you kind of just want to talk about, even if it's, I don't know, if you just want to come and chat, really, we're going to go live for about an hour and a half and just talk. Maybe we'll pull up some things that we're thinking about. We just want to be live more for the fantasy community as we get closer to the season.
Yeah. Hey. I mean, all honesty, we just enjoy being live and like the conversations we get to have with everyone in the chats and stuff. So we will now be doing 3 live streams a week. 2 of those will be mock drafts. Just to quickly recap. Monday, Wednesday are mock drafts. Tuesday night is a Q&A and just a hang session. So come out tomorrow night if you have any questions. Again, like I said, we answer unlimited questions for our Patreon supporters, close friends plus and up, through DMs, through our Discord. But on live streams, we always answer any questions. We're happy to answer questions on live streams if you want to wait till then.
And yeah, it's just hard for us because think of all you guys and then think of like 100 to 200 more every single day. Yeah. And it was getting too much for us, so we just had to figure something out. But
okay, let's talk about how the board's fallen so far.
Yeah.
First 4 makes sense. The first 5 makes sense. The first 6, first 7, first 8 makes sense, right?
Yeah, pretty much the same. The whole draft makes sense.
Today, Junior. Then we got Cook, Jonathan Taylor, Najee, Justin Jefferson. I'm in the mind frame right now where I don't know if I can take Dalvin Cook or Alvin Kamara over a Saquon, Jonathan Taylor, Najee Harris. type players, the younger players. Is that incorrect from me to think that way?
No, it's definitely not incorrect. I think you just have to see where that player's at the time and see how you would like to evaluate them. You know, like a
Mm.
lot of people would take, JT, Najee over someone like Saquon. He's hurt.
Right.
They don't know where he's going to be because there's a lot of question marks. Same thing with CMC. I think people are thinking, CMC is still the guy, but for how much longer?
Yeah.
Like when is CMC really going to start falling? So I don't think the thought process is wrong. It's just really preference. I personally would take Dalvin or Alvin potentially over, JT or
The only
Najee.
thing that worries me is they've already got that big contract. So when I'm thinking dynasty perspective, like it's super rare that like a guy like Dalvin Cook, Kamara are gonna get another contract like the one that they got. Whereas all these young guys are primed to step into a contract like that at some point.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
100%.
I went Gibson there, and I know there's a lot of running backs still on the board. I don't want to take Derrick Henry this early in Dynasty. I believe there's only 2 years left of good production. Chubb is someone I definitely was considering. I like Akers as well, but Gibson is a guy that I'm much higher on than your average person. So
Mm-hmm. No, it
went
definitely
ahead
makes
and
sense.
secured the guy that I like.
Sean from New Zealand is saying you guys are saying Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night. It's confusing for my time zone. It's really simple. I make it really simple for you because we're in the same time zone essentially.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for us. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning at 10 o'clock our time.
Yeah.
Sydney time. You are what, 2 hours ahead, an hour ahead because you're in New Zealand. So I guess midday for you. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Should be pretty simple from there. So
I actually don't know the New Zealand time, but it's Sydney because we are living in Sydney, Australia, but we're both Americans.
yeah, midday for him. He said.
And it's 10 a.m. for us, but it's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for New York.
Yeah.
New York. Badaki's not in Brooklyn. He kept telling everyone in the sleep rap he's in Brooklyn right now. You're not in Brooklyn. Stop lying.
I'm actually right there, man. See,
No, you're not.
I'm in New York.
You're actually not, kid.
I'm actually gonna try something different, which is crazy.
I
Maybe.
want to quickly say though, for a Tebow fan at the 5 spot to get Joe Burrow on the turn and have CMC, that's an amazing way to start your draft in a dynasty league. I did not think that a quarterback like Joe Burrow would have come back to him, to be honest.
Yeah. All right.
That's
I'm gonna do a 2 quarterback strategy just for the people can see if it's actually worth it to come back on the turn at the 1-4. I'm gonna go Justin Fields. I like Justin Fields. I believe he'll be on the field a lot sooner.
Wow. Okay. Yep, that's right. I remember our conversation.
I still have him higher in my rankings compared to Trey Lance. But yeah.
How is Cam Akers still there though at the 210? You didn't take him.
No, I know that's what I'm saying, but I didn't
want to try strat.
I wanted to switch it up just for the community, just because I mean that's a smash pick if I take Cam Akers. It's I feel like I've done that multiple times and I wanted to switch it up. So see what running back is gonna fall to me here at the 3-4. So
risky.
Yeah.
Eddie says you guys are living in the future. Tell me what the lottery numbers were yesterday. 1-800-223-9797 hot 97.
Oh,
call the number.
Tell me if anyone. I mean, obviously people in New York knows that number. Hopefully, I know Jack. Then Eddie, you say you from New York too? 1-800-223-9797. If you know that number,
hot 97. Call the number.
But if you say the hot 97, then you kind of give it away. But it's all good.
Oh shoot! Well, I don't really know what it means. But Daki's been saying that ever since I knew him, like 5 years ago. He's like 1-800-223-9797. Hot 97. Call the number. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this kid?
That's funny. Yeah.
All right, so wow, CeeDee Lamb goes over Diggs, Ridley, Devontae Adams, and DeAndre Hopkins.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, right? Drafting on the edges at the 1-1. Here's the issue. And again, like I'm just going to say this every time we do a dynasty. If you're in a dynasty startup and you can get off of the edges somehow, it will benefit you greatly.
Mm-hmm.
If you're drafting at the 1, it's amazing because you got Patrick Mahomes. If you're drafting at the 12, it kind of sucks. But after you get Patrick Mahomes, drafting at the 1 and drafting at the 12 and even the 2 and 11s really sucks because you have to reach every time you pick. For example, the 1-1, taking Kyle Pitts makes sense there at the 3-1, in my opinion. I did that in a Dynasty startup because I believe in Kyle Pitts. He's my tight end 1 in Dynasty. But you have to reach for him because there's no way at 3-1 that he's going to come back to you at the 412. There's 24 picks in between there. So when you're drafting on the edges, you do have to reach. And it's my least favorite place to be is on the edges. I love to be at the 5, 6, 7, 8 spots.
Yeah.
Obviously, at the 1 is great because you get the best player, but it hurts you long term in the draft because you have to reach every turn. You literally have to reach. And you know, every time I mock at the turns, it shows that I'm reaching because I have to. Because the guys that you like are not gonna, you know, you look down the board and you're like, that guy's not gonna be there. I have to take him now.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
hey, shout out to the 21 people watching right now, the live stream. Shout out to you guys. That means a lot. We're going to try and somehow get to 30 likes. We thought it was impossible, but now we're almost there. So if you can help us out to get to 30 likes, that would mean a lot. Drop a like for us. Subscribe if you're not subscribed and you like the content. And quickly, if you want to join a mock draft with us in the future, our Discord link is in the description. It's a solo.to link. /Fantasyland Football. Join our Discord. You'll be able to do mock drafts with us in the future. Okay, so sorry, I interrupted you, but quickly, after picks, it was Swift, Dobbins, you took Clyde, and then Adams goes off the board. Did you want to talk about that Clyde pick?
No, I think I just wanted to kind of piggyback off what you were saying earlier, but I completely forgot what you said. But I just wanted to kind of...
I was talking about drafting on the edges, if that helps.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's just really hard for sure. Like, you know, King Adams is probably not going to get a top running back anymore. He's probably going to get one of these rookie guys coming towards his end, which is just a little bit difficult. So you really have to plan ahead, especially if you're at the 101, the 102. 103, you have a little bit more room. But I think it's difficult drafting in the top of the draft and the end of the draft, even though it's the exact same thing, if that makes any sense.
So I'm on the board now, and I'm just looking at the options available to me. Jeez, help me, Lord. I don't know how Etienne's still on the board. I think we're massively undervaluing Travis Etienne in Dynasty startups. So I'm gonna grab him here. I think he will be the workhorse by mid-year. You know, this is Dynasty, so I'm not worried about this year. I'm thinking about the future, and I think Etienne has a chance to be an Alvin Kamara. He's literally the Alvin Kamara like mold. Alvin Kamara came in and he kind of changed the running back position. I know like CMC was similar, but Kamara's build and the way that he plays kind of set a mold for guys to come in and be that kind of player who's not just the Derrick Henry workhorse type back. In my opinion, Etienne is definitely going to be a fantasy stud. He has the Kamara body, and as much as there's that conversation about what about James Robinson, well, guys, Urban Meyer, when he came in, he was given certain players and he selected certain players. Those players that he selected are going to mean much more to him than the players that he was given, right? He was given James Robinson. He was given Chenault. I think Chenault's still talented, but he chose to draft Etienne in the first round. I know that there was probably some decisions made between him and management, but we have to go with what did the head coach do? Who did he bring in? Who are his guys? Because he's going to be judged off the merit of his guys. He's not going to be judged off of if DJ Chark's a good wide receiver. You chose Etienne in the first round. Let's see what is the fruit from that pick, right? Fruit sounds like a weird word, but how does that pick pan out for you? So, the fruit of these loins. Okay, so after Etienne, that's my spiel on Etienne. Don't hesitate to draft him. Jamar Chase goes off the board before Calvin Ridley. That is surprising to me. I definitely would have taken Ridley. Kelsey goes off the board at the 311. Then Jalen Hurts and David Montgomery. Badaki, I'm sorry. I know I've been going on a spiel, but can I quickly go on my Jalen Hurts spiel?
Sure. Do we want to go on the spiel now, knowing that we're going to make a video on him?
Yes. There will be a video that's going to release, but I just want to quickly say, don't draft Jalen Hurts in Dynasty, guys. And I'll say quickly the reason why, and there'll be a video later this week to explain fully my thoughts.
Okay.
But just one point. There are 4 points I'm going to say on that video. The one point I will say is there is no guarantee. You cannot promise me that Jalen Hurts will be the starter for the Eagles next year. They will be a bad team. And if they have a top 5 pick and Jalen Hurts was even just okay, like he has to be spectacular to keep that job. So avoid Jalen Hurts in a dynasty league, especially. In redraft, it's fine, but in dynasty leagues, avoid Jalen Hurts at all costs because there's a greater chance, in my opinion, that he's not the starter next year than he is. But anyway, there's more to come on that video later on. I took Waller there. I can't believe Waller fell all the way to the middle of the fourth.
Yeah,
But let's answer some of these questions in the chat.
I was just about to say, shout out to Joe. Love you, brother. Thank you so much. If you
we just got a new subscriber. So shout out to Gabe Scora.
Gabe Scora. Well, we didn't get the notification pop up.
Well, maybe I'm living in the future.
Maybe
I got that 2021 vision, baby. Shout out to Gabe. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, my guy. Subscribe, guys, if you're not subscribed and you like the content. But let's address the chat, right? I've been abandoning these people in the chat. These good people.
Yeah, Ilio says, Badaki, was there a reason you went Fields in the second round or went with the double QB start? Yeah, I went with the double QB start just to switch it up. And usually I would have taken Cam Akers, no doubt about it. But in my personal rankings, I actually have Fields. I always had Fields. There goes Gabe subscription there. I always had Fields higher than Lance, actually.
Shout out to Gabe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually love Fields better than Lance in my personal opinion. I know you have Justin Fields in our dynasty, so let me know. I'm willing to give up a lot, but I know you like him, so I can't do that.
So there's actually a video about that on YouTube. Badaki and I debate back and forth Trey Lance and Justin Fields if you want to watch that. And by the way, Trey Lance falling to the 4th round is criminal. That's crazy. That's insane. So great value. Some questions in the chats. Good mate, what's up? Good to see you. Hi Joe, thank you for joining. Is it bad I watch your stuff for my own advantage in the league that I am in with both of you? Not bad at all. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
I watch your streams to get better at Call of Duty. So thoughts on Mac Jones ADP? I picked him up at the 902 and I feel good about it. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I tried to trade for Mac Jones right after a league that we started 3 weeks ago, and it's gonna become even harder to trade for Mac Jones really soon. I think the switch from Cam Newton to Mac Jones is going to come a lot quicker than we expect. And I think he's going to be a really good quarterback. So getting him at the 902 in a super flex league, that's great value for Mac Jones there. By the way, we have 27 people watching. Big shout out to you guys. That means a ton to us.
Yeah.
If you can drop a like, we were trying to get to 30 likes. I don't know if we even got there, but maybe we could get to 40
we got
with
31.
you guys. That would be crazy.
We got 31 likes right now. Shout out to everyone. Yeah, let's go to 40 right here. I'm down to do something crazy.
Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Let's do something crazy. Let's change the atmosphere.
Change the atmosphere.
What do you always say when we get on Call of Duty?
Yeah, change the atmosphere.
Let's do something special. That's all you gotta do. Let's do something special tonight. That's what you say.
Right here, right now.
Right here, right now.
That's funny, yeah.
JW Slasher says, I don't think the Eagles will be bad enough for a top 5 pick. I will explain why I think the Eagles will be bad enough for a top 5 pick in a video on our YouTube channel that will release really soon this week.
Let me ask you this question, because I know we're going to do this video, and I know you had Jalen Hurts, he was pretty high. He was like 15 or something like that. Is that still the same?
Where?
In your rankings?
I had him high. How is 15 high in a redraft?
I'm saying do you have him 15? Did you move him higher? Did
I move him higher?
Sorry, did you move him lower? Because you're saying you're not really.
In redraft or dynasty?
In redraft, sorry.
Confuse me.
In redraft.
In a redraft league, I did move him slightly higher in my rankings.
Oh, okay.
But in dynasty, I have moved him down. In my
okay, makes sense. I was just wondering where you were at in your rankings.
Yeah.
Because I think we're gonna be really different in these next the videos that we're gonna do.
Yeah.
I have anyways.
We've been covering the year 2 fantasy studs on our podcast and on our YouTube channel as of lately. So we've been covering the Jonathan Taylors, the Antonio Gibsons, Cam Akers, and then for the wide receivers, we've been covering help me, Badaki, the CeeDee Lambs, the Justin Jeffersons,
all the year 2
guys. And now we're about to cover the quarterbacks this week.
Gosh, I'm actually loving my running back room here. It's surprising. I know I don't have any wide receivers, but Clyde, Joe, and Miles Sanders, which is a guy that I am pumped on ever since looking into Jalen Hurts and kind of understanding where this offense is going to go. Miles Sanders has actually went up my rankings a couple spots, so I'm actually pumped to getting Miles there at the 5-4.
Okay, that's super interesting because we both did not like Miles. So what changed your mind on Miles?
So looking into it and looking into this new offensive coordinator, I forgot. I don't want to butcher his name, which I need help with, but
I mean, look, you're the king of doing that, so don't be
yeah,
afraid.
I forgot. I need to pull up my notes, but
Lebowski.
it's like Shane something, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But what he does is that he loves the screenplays and he loves to utilize a running back a lot in his offense.
Okay.
So I think Miles Sanders will be a huge part to that, and I think that's another reason why they brought in Kerryon Johnson and Kenneth Gainwell. So, but I do believe Miles Sanders is going to play a huge part in this year in 2021.
Okay.
So he's going up my rankings. Maybe not specifically for Dynasty, but definitely in redraft. But I just took him here just so I can kind of explain that.
All right. Gabe says, wow, such shout outs. Yeah, bro. Shout out to you. Thanks for subscribing. Guys, subscribe if you're not subscribed. We're trying to get to 40 likes on this video. I think it's impossible, but you guys keep proving us wrong. So it mean a lot to us if you could drop a like. Go ahead and do that now. Everyone's welcoming Gabe. Daniel says to send him an offer for Justin Fields in our league. Gabe says, what up, y'all? This is my first year of Dynasty, first year of SuperFlex. Welcome, bro. It's a really, really fun way to play fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously in a redraft league, we play both.
Yeah.
But in a dynasty league, it never has to end. Fantasy always continues because there's always something to do. There's always a trade that you can make. College becomes more important, which is really fun. So welcome, man. And Superflex is a really fun way to play as well. By the way, anyone who's watching and doesn't have a dynasty league to play in, we host follower leagues. There is the link, which is pinned by us in the chat. It's patreon.com/fantasylandfam. That link is pinned there because that is where you can sign up for our follower fantasy football leagues. So if you want to play redraft, if you want to play dynasty, then feel free to sign up through that link. So I'm looking at the board, and Keenan Allen is still available. I know it's dynasty, but I still feel like Keenan Allen's got a solid 3 years left, connected to a really good quarterback.
Yeah.
Sheesh, I did not expect these wide receivers to be on the board still.
Well, hopefully one of those guys can come back to me because I am struggling at the wide receiver position.
So right now it's between Keenan Allen and Amari Cooper. Cooper is better than people think he is. He's only 27. Keenan Allen's 29, but I like that Keenan Allen is the guy in that offense. So, wow. I really like my team so far. And then Cooper goes off the board. Sorry if anyone wanted him.
Yeah.
But just quickly on that as well, if you guys want to join our leagues, again, it's in the description of this video. It's also pinned in the chat. It's the patreon.com/fantasylandfam. We got dynasty and redraft leagues. You can play with us. We aren't just putting you in leagues and then ignoring you guys. We actually care about these leagues. We make trades with you. We draft with you. We're active. We're in these matchups. So, don't feel like we're just signing you up to a league and then leaving you. We genuinely care about these leagues and we genuinely want to win them. But feel free to DM us with any questions. Again, our Discord is in the description. It's the solo.to/fantasylandfootball link. If you want to be a part of these mock drafts, the Discord is in our description.
Yeah, 100%.
Through that solo link. Shout out to the 27 people watching the stream. You guys are amazing. When we first started, our goal was to get to 30 likes. I think we hit that. So if you guys can help us reach a new goal and get to 40 likes, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
Drop a like
100%.
here in 3, 2, 1. Let's see how many we can get. You guys are awesome. And subscribe if you're not subscribed and you just vibe with the content. But let's talk about the draft, Badaki. So Watson's off the board in the 5th. That's probably what we expect, right?
Yeah. It makes sense. Once he comes back, Josh Allen, Deshaun Watson, that combination will be crazy. No matter where he goes, we still believe he can be a top 8 quarterback without a doubt. DJ Moore, Miles Sanders, T. Higgins, Chris Godwin. T. Higgins goes, wow. I mean, he went before a lot of people.
I'm telling you, bro, you're sleeping way too hard on T. Higgins.
1, 2.
Guys, in my Dynasty startup, T. Higgins fell to me at the 7-1. I'm pretty sure. I have to double check that. I'm pretty certain that he fell to me at the 7-1. People are sleeping on T. Higgins. He will be very valuable. Don't be worried about him because of Jamar Chase. We actually released a video about that on our YouTube page as well. So It's already out there. It's in that playlist that says year 2 fantasy players. So feel free to check that out. But you're sleeping, bro.
I'm not. I mean, look.
You're sleeping.
We're gonna find out. Like I said, I'm happy to be wrong. I'm 100% happy to be wrong, but I still have the belief in Tyler Boyd that he's going to be utilized significantly. I don't see T. Higgins surpassing Tyler Boyd tremendously. I see them all being equal, and then T. Higgins taking a little bit of a hit when it comes down to targets. But
All right, so here I am on the board, and I am going to take my second quarterback.
Okay.
And I'll be honest with you guys. The only reason I don't have my second quarterback is because this draft has fallen in such an interesting way. I thought so many more quarterbacks would have already been off the board. But when I looked at the wide receivers that were available last time, I just had to jump on it.
I'm trying to see.
Jeez, but there's a guy there that I really like. Do I let it? I shouldn't have said anything.
GG's.
Okay, I'm gonna switch tactic because again, you have to see how the board's falling, and everyone else has a quarterback, so maybe I can still get one I'm okay with. I'm gonna take Brandon Ayuk here. I don't know how I'm getting these wide receivers where I'm getting them, Badaki.
Shout out to
I
Jerry
really was
Clark for subscribing, man. Yeah, that's crazy. How you
Jerry
going?
Clark.
I think
Hey, shout out to you, Jerry Clark. You just made our day. Appreciate you, my guy. GG's in the chat. Hey, subscribe if you're not subscribed. You know, do your thing. Do your thing.
Do your thing. We got some stuff in the comments here. Jimmy, Detroit Lions have the functional front office / ownership that was ignored in the previous Stafford disagreement. Good show, fellas. Thank you, brother. Yeah, sometimes you got to agree to disagree.
Look, yeah. Well, if you guys know what he's referring to, someone asked, who do you think is the most overrated? I said Matthew Stafford. I still stand behind my point, but I don't want to go on behind another 20 minutes about it. But, yeah, I get it. I get where he's coming from.
Gator fan, how do you feel about Michael Thomas and DeAndre Hopkins for Dynasty? Interesting. Personally,
yes.
I would say yes to DeAndre Hopkins. I wouldn't take Michael Thomas at his ADP in Dynasty.
Michael Thomas?
That's interesting. I need to double check before. Actually, let me retract that. I need to double check where his ADP is.
Where did he go here? He went. Where did he go?
He went 5'10". So
5'10". He went 4'6". I don't know why.
No,
how
Michael
5'10".
Thomas. I'm talking about Michael Thomas.
Oh, I'm saying DeAndre Hopkins. Yeah. We are both in different worlds. 5'10" is pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's okay. I think if I wouldn't take him in the fourth or the third. Yeah, Michael Thomas. I like him at that.
I'll say this: Michael Thomas is my wide receiver 14 in Dynasty. DeAndre Hopkins is my wide receiver 10. So, I think if they fall, feel free to take them. If they fall to a place that you're comfortable with, but again, rankings are important with Dynasty. But I feel like what's a little bit more important is your philosophy for your team.
Yeah.
Now, your philosophy can change depending on how the board falls. But if you're getting guys who are strictly futuristic guys, maybe you don't focus on the older wide receivers unless you are going to strictly do it for trade bait, which typically doesn't work out for you. But if you're, whatever philosophy you're going for might determine where you select people. Because again, if you win your Dynasty League in year one, you're still a champion, right? So it's not bad to draft a win now team if you want to do that either. So Michael says sleeping guys for sure. Yep, sleeping on T. Everyone's sleeping on T Higgins, and I'm just gonna keep cashing in.
Ilya, I know what you're talking about, but I'm just gonna wait to see what happens right here. So, Michael sleeping guys for sure. I think he was talking about T Higgins, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Galladay in Dynasty. Yeah, I took Galladay. I was hoping that one of these younger guys will come to me. But I think there's still a lot of young people on the board, which I'm okay with. There's so much wide receiver depth. And I need to get some right now.
I need to get some right now. That makes me think of Chick-fil-A. I don't know why. I just couldn't really use some Chick-fil-A right now. But that is the worst part about living in Sydney, is that there's nothing remotely close to Chick-fil-A here. And I think about it every day. I'm literally looking at a cow on my desk right now.
Oi.
This guy. This guy's always on my desk just chilling because I'm always thinking about Chick-fil-A.
You got to eat more.
I don't know if you guys can see that, yeah. Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A.
I could really use a number one extra pickles, sweet tea. I'll go half sweet, half unsweet.
Okay.
And then maybe I'll get a shake. Who knows?
Okay, interesting.
Eddie said real quick, bet the house on Phoenix tonight. We are not going to give you advice on betting your life's worth, but it's Phoenix versus the Clippers. Phoenix is at home. I mean, I feel pretty confident that Phoenix is going to close out that series tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But Aki doesn't know. But Aki, let me quickly pause the draft here and change it to 30 seconds.
I know. I'm just thinking about where I should take
Sorry guys, I'm just changing the clock to 30 seconds so that way this video doesn't go on for a bunch of hours.
I'm looking at my rankings here and I'm just like, man, do I want to take any of those guys?
Don't take it. You need to take a pick within the next 15 seconds just to make it even.
Yeah.
Because you got 2 minutes.
Oh gosh. All right. I'm just gonna take my guy. I'm gonna go here in the 7th with, because I'm not a huge fan of Rashad Bateman.
2, 1.
I'm not a huge fan. Not that I'm not a huge fan. I think I'd rather have Rashad over Jalen Waddle.
Hey, Rashad, big fan.
Julio's still on the board, but I do have an older quarterback.
Mm.
Over Judy, understood. I was trying to see if he can come back to me, but that didn't happen. And Juju, I watched the Claypool video.
Sorry, Jimmy Jack commented, always have a backup plan, Eddie. Buy a tent first in case he loses his house. Yeah, bro, buy a tent first. You never know. Damn, I was really hoping Tannehill would fall to me here. I kind of took a risk there with Ayuk. I lost out on Tannehill. I really wanted Zach Wilson or Ryan Tannehill, or Aaron Rodgers. So, damn it.
Suns in 4.
All right, I'm just really annoyed at myself right now. I really thought one of those guys was going to fall to me, and then you guys just teased me and.
You were going to take Zach Wilson where you took Brandon Ayuk, right? Yeah.
Makes sense. I was going to take Wilson there. We both love Zach Wilson, by the way.
Yeah.
And I drafted him. Now Badaki's trying to get him off me, but he has Daniel Jones as his second quarterback. I don't like Daniel Jones. It's just not going to work, bro.
I mean, Daniel Jones, the new Josh Allen. See you there.
No, he's not.
The new Josh
Daniel
Allen.
Jones is the same Daniel Jones we all know.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm happy either way. All I can say is Giants. I don't know what to say.
But I'm going to let you answer the question that Jimmy Jack just asked in the chat because I think you have a perspective on that. I have a different perspective, but I'd like to hear yours first.
Jimmy Jack, are we betting Lamar becoming a better passer this year? Seems leagues have figured him out. Look, it's hard. I think he does. Look. I do think he becomes a better passer. But I'm scared of all mobile quarterbacks. When I told this to Zach, I'm pretty sure we said this on a podcast once where we have a segment called "What's on Your Mind," and it was just a thought. Any mobile quarterbacks, I'm scared of. And when I think of mobile quarterbacks, I think of mobile quarterbacks that takes the hits. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Obviously Dak Prescott, he was a guy that was taking hits. So, I'm scared of those guys, and Matthew Stafford, because they're constantly getting injured, and I don't want Lamar to be, the next RG3. I don't think defenses have actually figured him out, per se. I think they know how to stop the way he runs, but I still believe that he's going to show what he can do with his arm now. Mm. He showed glimpses, but we haven't really seen the whole thing because he's used to running, in my opinion. Does that make sense?
Okay. So I guess, do you think the league has figured him out? I mean, that was a question that we kind of dodged the answer to. You don't think the league has figured him out? Okay.
Not 100%, no. It's a 60-40. So it's not there yet for me.
Okay. Personally, when it comes to Lamar, I'm not really worried about him. I think he does improve as a passer, and I think that's probably something that he's been focusing on all offseason. But more importantly, the Ravens have finally actually done something for him to improve as a passer. They got Rashad Bateman. Rashad Bateman was one of my favorite players coming into the draft. I really think that he's going to help Lamar take that next step as a passer. Rashad Bateman's good, guys. He's really, really good. One of my favorite players to have scouted this offseason. So I'm still in on Lamar Jackson in Dynasty. And by the way, have you heard the reports of Lamar Jackson, him and his mom working out a contract for him with the Ravens? He doesn't have an agent doing that.
his mom was his agent when he was coming into the league.
Yeah, so they're still working on a long-term extension, and it's just him and his mom doing it with the Ravens.
Yeah,
Isn't that crazy?
just family.
That would be scary.
Family
Bro.
things, you know.
Family things. All I remember of Daniel Jones is his run away rush, and then he tripped himself. Unfortunately, if he doesn't do anything, like if he doesn't take the next step in his career, that's what everyone's gonna know Daniel Jones for. Is that big run play where he tripped over himself, which the memes were glorious.
Yeah.
All right, so you just chose Michael Pittman. Do you want to make sure everyone can see the board here for anyone who's coming in?
I was just trying to see who was available. Yeah, I took Michael Pittman over a lot of these older guys like let me name them out: Robert Woods, Tyler Lockett, Adam Thielen, OBJ. You know, I mean, the best thing that we can say is go watch the video. We both like Michael Pittman Jr. We both believe that he is the wide receiver one there. He is a new quote-unquote Alshon Jeffrey for that team with Carson Wentz now on that team. So just expect big things from Michael Pittman Jr. I just traded him away for Elijah Moore. I like Elijah Moore just that more. I think he's extremely talented. If Elijah Moore didn't go off the board, I would have taken him right there. So,
yeah.
You know, we both believe we traded superstars to each other.
Yeah, I love Pittman. I love Moore. Badaki and I just did a trade for those two players this week. We talked about that on our podcast. By the way, the link to our podcast is in the description. Again, solo.to/fantasyfootball. That one link will take you to our Discord. We'll show you how to find our podcast, our socials, everything. But if you listen on any podcast platform in the world, you can find us. Just type in Fantasyland Football. But do we want to talk about that trade quickly?
Yeah. I gave Zach my whole future for Elijah Moore, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah. He gave me a first and a second and Michael Pittman for Elijah Moore in 2/3. Again, this is a scenario where I knew that you were obsessed with him, so I tried to take advantage of that situation. You got to know your people, but also the reality is if Elijah Moore does become a star like we think he can, then it will be worth the draft capital. Jimmy Jack says, I work at a machine shop. I wouldn't trust my mother to negotiate my pay. True. The better question is, what is a machine shop exactly? Like, what does that mean? Are you creating machines?
It's a machine shop.
I guess in my head, I think about working in like a Detroit, making cars, pushing metal together. So I'm just trying to figure out what does that mean that you work in a machine shop, because that's super interesting to me. I'm very intrigued. Okay, so you took Rondale Moore at the 9-4. You like Rondale, bro?
I like Elijah Moore better, but I like Rondale Moore.
Yeah, I'll trade
Rondale Moore to Mons for Elijah Moore.
I already have. Oh, right. Well,
just for a little.
I mean, he took Elijah Moore, so
no, he wanted Rondale Moore. I know.
Okay.
I know he wanted Rondale Moore.
Okay, so I was going to take Carson Wentz there, but again, every time I'm about to take a quarterback,
you like Tua?
I reached too hard.
I just saw you took Tua. You like Tua, man?
I took Tua because I'm gonna try in that scenario that late. I'm gonna try and believe what everyone else says about him that I don't believe. I'm gonna let other people see if they're right. Oh my God, I have to make a decision. Whew. I can't believe I just took Debo and I already have Ayuk. If I had more time, you asked me a question at the worst time. If I had more time, I probably would have taken.
Don't say it, because he might come back to you. You just never know.
Okay.
You just never know.
Damn it, bro. Anyway,
if he goes over
that's a panic buy.
Yeah. Debo Samuel.
Okay, so Jimmy Jack says steel/aluminum parts that go in transmissions and engines. Also heavy duty mining equipment. Damn, bro. Shit. I imagine you like just this badass buff guy.
Yo, Jack or Jimmy,
doing your thing.
Jimmy Jack. Is it Jimmy or Jack? Jimmy Jack, where you live, man? That sounds like we call those tradies here in Australia, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're a badass. That's what it sounds like to me. Imagine if I did that job, it would not. I just would not fit that role. Um, I'm feeling good about my team again. Like if I could have gotten Tannehill, Rodgers, Wentz on those turns, I would have felt much better about this team. Much better. Thank you. That's much better.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, still feel good about it. Gainwell in the ninth. Interesting. Someone really doesn't believe in Miles Sanders then.
Go world. I got Miles Sanders. Mental.
Yep.
I mean, I do believe Gainwell, after all the research I've done, I think they're going to use Gainwell
What
immediately.
did you just say? What was that gibberish?
Is that what it sounds like? I just said that
Yeah.
I do believe that they're going to use Gainwell probably like towards the end of the season, because of all the research that I've done, with that Eagles offense. But who knows?
Yeah. No, I think they could definitely use Gainwell as well. Okay, so now is kind of the point in the draft where you really need to know your guys in Dynasty. And we will try and help you find those guys, in our opinion, who those guys could be. Because at this point in your leagues, if people don't know Dynasty, then they're gonna say things like, "Oh, who the hell is on the board? Who are these people? I don't know what to do. I'll just take this guy." That's exactly where you want to be at this point in the draft. There is still value all over the board, Badaki.
Yeah.
I can see a lot of wide receivers that have a lot of value. I can see a lot of tight ends. I can see a lot of running backs even, and quarterbacks. So this is the point in your league where some people will probably be like, there's no value, but there is, and we're gonna probably help you find that value tonight, hopefully, or today, depending on where you are in the world.
Well, hopefully today, tonight,
Jimmy
tomorrow.
Jack says Central Indiana, and I'm not a badass. LO, mostly button pusher, average smarts. Hey, we're button pushers as well. I mean, I just push this keyboard and it drafts something for me.
Essentially, that's essentially what we do. Start stream. That's what I did today.
I pushed the button, start straight. That's cool. You're from Indiana, so I assume what NFL team do people from Indiana go for? The Colts, right? Indianapolis. Yeah, so it must be a Colts fan, maybe. Timed out. Anybody want Matt Ryan? Matt Ryan. I mean, yeah, I think Matt Ryan would have been a good selection in the next round.
Splash.
But
I gotta get ready to see who my pick is going to be.
Okay, so Hunter Henry goes, Marquise Hollywood Brown goes. There's still some good value on the board, man, all over.
Okay.
Shout out to just while you're about to make your pick, shout out to all the people watching. Really appreciate you guys. Our goal was to get to 30 likes. Somehow we already did that. If you can help us get to 40, that would mean a lot. I don't know if it's possible, but that would be sick. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. Okay, you've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide receivers straight here.
That's right.
Wow.
I love him. I took my guy, Tyler Boyd, and I hope that the guy that, once again, I like to take risk, and I hope that the guy that I want is going to come back on the turn because he is, I mean, we've kind of raved about, we didn't rave about him. I'm high, you're not, but I do believe he could be value for the next 1 or 2 years, hopefully. So hopefully he does come back to me.
Okay, I know who you're talking about. I'd be happy for you to take him there because I don't want him.
That's okay,
But I think it's a good value at that position if you could grab him.
I think Jack is going to take him on the turn.
You think so?
Maybe. I think he could potentially. Suns in 4, huh? Wow.
Suns in 4. Is it on right now?
They started.
When did they start?
Couple.
Suns in 4.
I think they start at 11 actually our time, so like 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Suns in 4.
Colts fan.
Go ahead.
I'll say.
You're on the clock. You're on the clock.
I'm on the clock. Okay.
And your guy's there. Colts fan. We were basketball state until Reggie Miller left and Peyton Manning entered. Yeah, true. That's funny how like a single individual kind of determines like what a state does, what a state supports. It's true, eh? Like Oklahoma City. Yeah. As soon as the Thunder were there, KD and Russ carried that franchise for a while. Let's see if they can continue. As a Thunder fan, I hope so. Okay, so Zach Moss was the guy.
Zach Moss was the guy. I do believe they're going to be utilizing him. They're going to give him a lot more touches. How much? I don't know.
I don't know.
I think you should. I think
I don't know.
the best way I can explain it, once again, go watch that video. We have a Zach Moss video on our YouTube channel. It's interesting. I know Zach's not extremely high, but they have to give somebody the ball, and that's exactly what I
Yeah.
did. Zach Moss, he is the goal line back. Even so is Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the chance you take, especially at the 11 spot. The 11-4. I don't think it's terrible.
Yeah. My only issue with Zach Moss is I just don't think he's very talented. Like I said on that video, the only reason Zach Moss is valuable is because Devin Singletary is an even worse running back than him. And I stand behind that. I'm going to grab a guy that people will probably think is too early. It's a guy that I believe in. It's Darnell Mooney. If you can grab Mooney in the 11th round, the end of the 11th round, do it. If he can fall to you in the 12th, even better. Justin Fields is now the quarterback there of the future. Darnell Mooney is very talented. Allen Robinson is on a franchise tag. Darnell Mooney could be a wide receiver 1 in that offense after this year if Allen Robinson moves on. So he's very talented. One of the best route runners out of the class last year and was taken way late. If he didn't get a bunch of overthrows, there's a compilation on YouTube of literally every overthrow from Darnell Mooney when he burns people on routes, then he would be looking a lot better.
That's why I took Justin Fields.
Yep. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Darnell Mooney, Henry Ruggs, Michael Gallup. These are all value picks here in the 11th round in the Dynasty League. So we got a question here from Mark. What's up, Mark H?
So,
hey, shout out to the people watching, by the way. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Drop a like if you don't mind. He says 12 team Superflex. Is Kamara for Fields and Judy fair? Is Kamara for Fields and Judy? Let me just write this out and kind of look at it in my mind.
My first thought process is yes. You're getting a top quarterback. Well, we expect he's going to be a top quarterback. And you're getting Jerry Judy. So you probably, I need to understand. I guess the next question for me is, who are your running backs? What's your running back depth look like?
What was it again? It was Kamara. I'm just writing it down.
It's Kamara. He's giving away Kamara for Fields and Jerry Judy.
And Judy.
I think first instincts is like yes, but I need to know who your running backs are before you give up probably your number 1.
Oh,
RB.
shoot, I'm on the board. Let me quickly make my pick. I was hoping that Corey Davis fell, and he did. Okay, nice. So, yeah, I think in a dynasty perspective, the person who's getting Kamara is probably in a win-now mode. Otherwise, this trade wouldn't make much sense for them to trade away Justin Fields in the Superflex League and Jerry Judy, who we both believe is still very talented. So, yeah, I think the Fields-Judy side wins that trade. And I think that it will show in the next 2 years. You'll see that trade is the clear winner for the Judy and Fields side. Wheels up for Mooney, great value. Can't wait to watch Fields. Can't wait for Fields to blow up. Yeah, we both love Justin Fields. As a Washington fan, Badaki and I were together for the draft. And as soon as the Giants traded the pick to the Bears, I literally cussed at Badaki, and I was like, I hate you guys. Like, because I really wanted Washington to get Justin Fields.
Shout out to Mark.
Didn't work out.
Thank you for subscribing, man.
Hey, what's up, Mark? Thanks for subscribing, bro. That means a lot. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, guys. We do 3 live streams a week. 2 mock drafts. One's Dynasty, one's Redraft. And then we also have a Q&A. So subscribe and then turn on those notifications so you know when we are live to join us and hang out, I guess. By the way, the Monday night in America is, because we have international listeners, Monday night is a mock draft. Tuesday night is a Q&A, and Wednesday night is another mock draft. Let's talk about Ryan Fitzpatrick, though, in the 10th round.
I mean,
I don't know, man. I think it's too early.
I think.
Would you not have taken Derek Carr over Ryan Fitzpatrick in Dynasty?
I don't think I would have taken any of the quarterbacks available. But he does have Kyler Murray and Mac Jones, but he needs somebody that's going to start. So, yeah, I probably would have taken Derek Carr over.
I don't know, man.
I probably would have taken Derek Carr over Ryan Fitzpatrick, but it's kind of hard to say.
I don't know. I mean, I just don't think Fitzpatrick has a starting job. I mean, look, let's friendly reminder. I'm a Washington fan, right? So I'm gonna speak very honestly about Ryan Fitzpatrick here. I think he's a good quarterback, but would it surprise anyone if by mid-year he's thrown more interceptions than touchdowns and he's not the starter anymore? Like he has shown every time he gets a starting role. I want him to do well. I want him to succeed so bad. But in Dynasty, this guy is not even guaranteed to finish this year as a starter. I think he will, but after that, what's his value after this year? Whereas Derek Carr has at least got the contract. He's still a guy that the league values. I think most GMs around the league would think Derek Carr is still a top 15, top 17 quarterback. He has been very efficient. So I don't know, man. I don't think I could have patched up on Derek Carr for Fitzpatrick. And that's coming from a Washington fan, specifically in Dynasty. Obviously, redrafts, I am taking Fitzpatrick. I'm excited about Fitzpatrick this year, but
Right. No, it makes
not
sense.
in Dynasty. Not in Dynasty. Mark also added he has Akers, Mike Davis, and Drake, and fodder. So, I mean, look, honestly, your running backs are weak, my guy. So that does that factor into that trade?
What I would say is this is what you can do. If you are sending this trade, then this could be a little bit of a reach. So, maybe ask for like a second, a third. You know, you're giving Kamara. Nah, see, you're giving up. You're getting two people and you're giving up one. So you can't really do that. If it was, it's hard to say. It's actually hard to say.
Okay. Man, Akers, Mike Davis. Dude, that makes the trade much harder because your running back, is that all the running backs you have? That's a pretty weak running back room.
Yeah, man.
Mike Davis is only valuable this year, really. I'd say here's what I would say. If you got the draft picks to make a move, like if you're screwed on draft picks, I wouldn't make this move. But if you have all of your picks, I'm comfortable with it. Try and grab a running back in the rookie drafts this year or next year. Grab a Michael Carter this year, or try and grab someone next year that could potentially be valuable in a rookie draft.
I mean,
You're leaving yourself pretty vulnerable. And I would say if you don't have a solid quarterback room, then that makes it more comfortable to do the trade because it's super flex. But
that's really hard.
That is hard. And you know what? Judy's trade value could go up, so you could trade him as well.
Watch that Judy video. Shout out to Teddy, Teddy's best friend.
Yes. Do you guys do any best ball? I don't want to have a. It's always hard when people ask me about best ball because I'm just not a massive supporter of best ball. How do I say this the right way? Best ball to me is really frustrating because I don't understand why it's fun. This is a game of emotion. This is a game of passion. You should be so upset each week if you start the wrong guy and you kind of had that mental decision like, oh, my heart tells me to start this guy, but I sat the wrong guy on the bench and I lost. I love that part of the game. I love the emotions. I love when I put a person into my lineup that everyone's like, why are you starting that guy? And then he pops off. Best ball is frustrating to me because you draft and then you don't do anything else. You know, I'm pretty sure you have waivers as well. We've only played a couple of best ball leagues, but it's just not a way I like to play because I like to have a lot of passion into my leagues. And I feel like in best ball, you draft and then the computer does everything for you. I just don't like this algorithms and robots coming into the game that kind of makes it less and less enticing to play the game. So best ball, it's fun. It's not something that we do advice on because we're not massive fans of best ball.
Yeah.
I don't know, like that could be the wrong way of looking at it from our perspective potentially. But I don't know, man. I just don't want
I think the idea
I don't want no repercussions for my decisions. And that's what you get in best ball. There's no emotion in it. You make a draft and then there's no repercussions because you always get to play your best players. That's cool, but like where's the emotion in that? Where's the passion in that? I don't know. So
no, it's definitely it's a hard spot, you know, like I think the whole point of best ball is to have put in $5 and then have the computer start it yourself. Start it
Yeah.
for you, which is good. So like you're not, if let's say you do, oh, I'm on the clock. Let's say you do forget and you're like, oh man, I just wasted $5 or $10 or $20. I was like, oh well, at least it did it. At least it did it for me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's interesting. I'm gonna go Denzel Mims. Denzel
Yeah, I
Mims.
like Mims.
I think he's gonna
So
be.
anyway, that's probably the wrong way to look at it, honestly, guys. I just like let me know if anyone feels differently about best ball. I've never like been in love with playing best ball, so it's hard for us to like get involved in it to a point where we can give you advice. We can give you advice, but it's just there's no passion behind it, and we want to make sure we're doing stuff that we're passionate about that excites us. And unfortunately, best ball is not one of those things.
Yeah.
So let us know. Like, do we see it the wrong way? Do you guys really love it? Was there something that you did differently to really fall in love with best ball? I understand that a lot of people like it, but it's just really hard for me to get all in on best ball when I feel like it's kind of taking away the personal interaction of the game. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
And because a lot of best ball leagues, you join with people you don't even know. So I just don't like that. I want to care so much about my leagues, and that's why we have the leagues that we have. Is because we care so much about them, care so much about playing in them, and you know, investing our hearts into it. Um, Jimmy says your perspective is perfect since that's how you feel. I love the answer. Also love the fan interaction. Thanks, guys. We'll be sticking around. Oh, that's awesome, bro.
Huge love,
Appreciate
man.
you.
Thank you.
Huge love. 20 people watching. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Drop a like if you haven't. You guys helped us reach our goal already with the likes today, so that means a lot to us. We'll have a Q&A tomorrow night. I'll hop on just for hangs. We'll have another mock draft this week. It'll be a redraft. If you want to join our leagues, how can they do that, Badike?
Patreon.com/FantasylandFam. Best way to join redraft leagues, dynasty leagues, or best of both worlds, which means you can play in both leagues. Okay, check out the link is actually pinned right now in this comments if you're watching, and if not, it's in the description or in any of our socials with the link of the solo.to link. So check that out. It's easy. You don't just get to play fantasy football with us, but you unlock our rankings every week, which is updated every week. You get an extra bonus episode. You get a bunch of exclusive stuff. So it's just fun. It's just bands come through, come hang. We're actually really excited. We're counting down the days. Hey Siri.
Oh yeah.
How many days until September 9th? 72 days.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna come up quick.
Yeah, man. That's crazy.
72 days until football. Wow. I'm down. Let's get it. The last thing I'll say is like if you enjoy like the live streams and stuff, we're gonna announce this later on, but do you want to talk about the live show? We're really, really excited. We've been working on a brand new live show.
We can talk
It'll
about
be
the live
under
show.
the Fantasyland brand, but it will be its own show.
Mm-hmm. So every Sunday night, or Monday night, if you are, I think his name's Sean, the new guy from New Zealand, Sean. From
Monday afternoon if you're in Australia.
Yeah, we are doing a live show. We're gonna be going live. We can't stream the game, but we're gonna be watching the game, and you're gonna be hearing us reacting to the game. We're gonna be talking about everything that has happened throughout that Sunday in fantasy, and we're gonna give you advice also for the weeks coming up. For the Monday night game, if you still got people available. So we're just going to be talking. We're going to have bands. We're going to have, obviously, Zach and I, we're going to be in the studio, and then we're going to have some friends over. It's just going to be fun. We're just going to talk shit. We're just going to hang, talk fantasy, and just, create community there. So we're actually really excited about that. It's called Talk It Up. You will see that being announced very soon. But
That's right.
at the moment, we're doing every Sunday night football. We're trying to work out another day
Thursday
of the week.
night, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, but
the issue is that I work my other job there. So, I mean, at some point, if this was to become our job that we, made an income from, then we would probably do that for all the games, like the Sunday night, Monday night, Thursday night games. But essentially, we thought there's a lot of people who don't have people to hang out with when they watch the games, and that sucks. So Sunday night, if you don't have someone to hang out with to watch the games, you do now. You have us and the boys that we hang out with. So look out for that. Let's start giving some draft grades. Badaki,
Let's do
I'll
it.
go ahead and tell people if you want to get it started.
Yeah, give me 1 second. All right, King Adams at the 101.
Oh, sorry. I just want to quickly answer Gator's question.
Okay.
I don't want to ignore that.
Yeah.
How many quarterbacks do you suggest to carry on a dynasty team, regular or super flex? I would say regular. You want to have in dynasty 2 to 3. I would say 3 that you're comfortable with. And super flex, I would say 4.
Yeah. I mean,
What about you?
I personally would say, yeah, three for both. I think 4 is a little bit excessive in my opinion, but
Super flex, you need more than 3.
I mean, yeah, it really depends. Like if you have 2 solidified quarterbacks, like for example, me, I'm not doing good in this mock draft because I didn't go another quarterback. I have Justin Fields, and
Right.
that's with the expectation of him not even starting midway
Right.
through the season. So like, yeah, I messed up there. But like I would have gone Lamar Jackson and a Carson Wentz or Sam Darnold or
I
a
guess it
Big
does
Ben.
depend on how the board falls.
Yeah.
You don't want to just take a quarterback to have one. You want to take one that you believe in. So I would say in Superflex, 3 is the minimum. You kind of want 4 if you have 4 on the board that you believe in. For regular, I'd say 2 is a minimum in Dynasty.
Yeah, that works.
All right. Do you want to? We'll start giving out draft grades. By the way, we'll leave a little bit of time for Q&A at the end.
Yeah, so
drop any questions that you have.
Yeah, 100%.
But let's go ahead and start these draft grades, Badaki.
I'm just gonna make a pick, and I'm going to go. It's not exciting, but Cam Newton. Okay, 101. King Adams didn't go. Devontae Adams once again. Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Jameis Winston, Kellen Mond. I think that's great depth. Patrick and Tom Brady. That's scary. CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, Cooper Kupp, Curtis Samuel, and Antonio Brown, Amari Rodgers, and Nelson Aguilar. I like your wide receiver room. This actually really used. CeeDee Lamb is crazy at the 213 with Jerry Jeudy. I actually took him over a lot of guys like a Calvin Ridley, but I think I'm okay with that. Kyle Pitts, you also received, and Evan Ingram. I think this is a great team, okay?
Yeah.
And then I also want running backs so far. Josh Jacobs, Javonte Williams, Damian Harris, and David Johnson. Out of all of your positions, this is the weakest one. JJ and Javonte, I think we both like. JJ we like to a certain extent. Javonte Williams we love. Damian Harris is a good filler, a good flex position guy. David Johnson is irrelevant to us, and essentially, but good value at the 12-12. Overall, I think this is a B+. It's a good team. I think every position was really strong except your running back room. Jake, like I said, JJ and Javonte is great. Maybe I would have taken another running back instead of Jameis Winston. I probably would have taken like a Lenny, a Zach Moss, or just a Raheem Mostert, somebody else, at that position or at that spot.
Okay. I'm going to go, let's do team 2. Okay. So team 2, what's up, my guy? You've got Josh Allen, Deshaun Watson, Jared Goff, Drew Lock. Good quarterback room. Your running backs are DeAndre Swift, Myles Gaskin, A.J. Dillon, Melvin Gordon, Philip Lindsay. This is your obvious weak point. Your wide receivers are A.J. Brown, Allen Robinson, Chase Claypool, Robert Woods, Brandon Cooks, Mecole Hardman, who's been getting some hype lately. Your tight ends are Adam Troutman and Jared Cook.
The big Trout.
Okay, so there's a glaring obvious weakness with your team, and that's running backs. This is depending on your perspective of Myles Gaskin. I'm not someone who believes that he's a long-term answer there. A.J. Dillon's good. Melvin Gordon is going to be out of the league soon. Well, not out of the league, but he'll be irrelevant. He'll be like a Todd Gurley at this point. Philip Lindsay, I don't see a ton of value, but I get it. And then I wouldn't have taken Allen Robinson.
I mean,
yeah,
I would have.
I like it. I like that. I like that. It's a good team. It's not an amazing team. I think the running back room is weak, and the tight end position is weak. If Troutman pans out, then that's great. But I'm gonna have to give you a flat B, just a flat B. Again, not great depth at running back or tight end, so that's why.
Okay. Good old Jack. Kyler Murray, Mac Jones, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Teddy B. Look, I think you saved yourself there with Teddy B taking Ryan Fitzpatrick there. essentially. Once again, you know how we feel about, or how you know how Zach feels about Ryan Fitzpatrick. I don't think it's terrible. Derek Carr, I understand. Cam Akers, J.K. Dobbins, I love. That's my 2 running backs in my dynasty. Michael Carter, which I also got in our dynasty, so that's great. Javion Hawkins, who I also have, which is great. Naeem Hines, and then I don't even know how to say that guy's last name. Dakotas. That's how it sounds to me. But yeah, I like your running back room. I think it's great. Michael Carter and Javion Hawkins is fantastic. Your wide receivers is Scary Terry, DJ Moore, Deontay Johnson, Nico Collins, and Gabriel Davis. I think it's decent. You know, Deontay Johnson, the inconsistency with the Pittsburgh wide receivers really scared me. So I'm a little bit hesitant there, but I understand why you took him. Cole Kmet, which is great. Irv Smith. I don't think I would have taken Irv Smith in my opinion. I probably would have gone another young wide receiver. I would have gone Jonnu, but I think Jonnu would have been too early. But I think it's decent. Irv Smith is decent there. I like this team. Once again, I do like it. I don't think it's terrible. I think there's good depth in both your wide receiver and your running back position. Your running back position has good depth, but your wide receiver I'm not in love with. I'll give it a B. Just a B flat. I think it's a pretty even team. This looks like a team that can win in the future in some games. Now, I don't know. It's really hard to say, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking we'll skip each other with the draft grades today and do them at the very end, just for anyone who's actually.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we'll go team 5, and then we'll do our personal draft grades at the end. We'll give each other grades. Team 5, you've got Joe Burrow, Zach Wilson, Derek Carr. Your running backs are CMC, Austin Eckler, Leonard Fournette, Elijah Mitchell, Darrington Evans, and Hill. I can't remember what his name is. Keelan Hill, I think, from Green Bay. Wide receivers are Devontae Adams, T. Higgins, DJ Chark, Tyler Lockett, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Dwayne Eskridge, and Brian Edwards. Your tight ends are Goddard and Pariah Muth. It's a good team. Again, the fact that Burrow fell that far to you is crazy because you were able to skip on quarterback and still get Burrow. I wouldn't have taken Adams that early, in my opinion, because I don't think Aaron Rodgers is coming back. So I would have taken a Diggs there. I would have taken a Ridley there. Diggs definitely would have been the guy for me. I like the T. Higgins pick. Austin Eckler, I like the pick. He just worries me long-term in Dynasty. I don't like the DJ Chark pick. I think there was better value. I like the Lockett value. Your only weakness is tight end. Everywhere else is pretty good. Like, there's pretty good depth everywhere else except for tight end. So this is a good team. I want to give this a B+, a straight B+.
Okay. Sean from New Zealand. You're from New Zealand, bro? Justin Herbert, Ryan Tannehill, Big Ben. I like your quarterbacks. Nick Chubb, Aaron Jones, Chase Edmonds, Devin Singletary, and Williams. I think this is your weakest room right now is your running back. Nick Chubb, Aaron Jones is great. Chase Edmonds, it's a good depth piece, but I think it falls off from there. I think, I would have gotten a little bit more depth in that running back room. There was a lot of talent still there. I'm trying to think where he could have gone. Maybe Noah Fant was a little bit too early, and you could have taken a Michael Carter there. Maybe that's a little bit too early still. A Kareem Hunt there because Kareem Hunt went a little bit later. Those are my opinions. I think Noah Fant, you could wait in the tight end position. A couple more rounds. Maybe you could have got a Dallas Goedert or.
I don't think he would have gone. I don't think he would have been available at the next pick for him.
If
he wanted Fant.
Yeah, if he wanted Fant, but he would have gone another. He could have gone another tight end. Like maybe at the turn where he took Ryan Tannehill, you take Dallas Goedert and then hope that another. It's a full. It's a chain thing.
Yeah.
Wide receiver: Stephon Diggs, Chris Godwin, Robbie Anderson, Hollywood Brown, Kadarius Toney, and Sammy Watkins. I like it. I think it's decent. You have 3 strong wide receivers in Robbie, Chris, and Diggs. I love the Marquise Hollywood Brown pick. I think he's going to be some sort of value going into this year. And then, like I said, Noah Fant, Rob Gronkowski, and Joe Everett. I love the Joe Everett pick. I have in my dynasty. I think he's going to take off. I think if I'm not mistaken, this is like one of his first dynasty redrafts. I think it's decent. I think it's a decent team. I don't think it's terrible. It's kind of a mix of a win now and a future team. He has youth everywhere. I give this a B as well. I think that's a pretty good team.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So team 7 here. What's up, Monza? Um, so your quarterbacks are Stafford, Rodgers, Wentz, Jordan Love, and Kyle Trask. Good room there. Your running backs are Saquon, Derrick Henry, Jamal Williams, Latavius Murray, and Tevin Coleman. Really top heavy. Falls off real quickly there with the depth. Your wide receivers are DK Metcalf, DeAndre Hopkins, Elijah Moore, which we love, Mike Williams, Marvin Jones, KJ Hamler. Your tight ends are Hawkinson and Henry. I will say this team feels very clearly like a win now team. Other than Elijah Moore, there's not much like young developing talent. DK's already developed. I think he's already proven to be a top 5 wide receiver in Dynasty.
Right.
So this is, in my opinion, okay, because you are, in my opinion, becoming a very clear win now team if that's the strategy you want to do. I wouldn't have taken Derrick Henry. And look, a lot of people are not going to agree with me, and that's okay. But I just wouldn't have taken Derrick Henry that early. I just feel like he's going to break down soon. If it's not this year, it's next year. Redrafts, I'm fine with him, but I just think that body, the way they use him, there's going to be regression at some point. So I would have taken a Travis Etienne there, maybe even Aaron Jones. But again, that's just my perspective. I think it's a good team, man. If this is a win now team, then you've done really, really well. If it's a win now, I'm going to give you an A, a straight A. If it's not, if you're projecting for the future, I'm going to give you a B, just a flat B. I think that really depends on what your strategy was, but I like the team. I think it's you have to enter win now with that guy.
Okay. BKM, Russ and Baker Mayfield lack a little bit of depth there. I think I would have gotten maybe one more quarterback, but I think it's good, 2 solid, decent quarterbacks to start. Alvin Kamara, Chris Carson, James Conner, Drizzy Drake, Madison, and Penny. I think you're weak there, man. Alvin Kamara and Chris Carson. That's all I really see. I'm not excited to start any of those other guys. I think they're good depth pieces. Until a certain point, maybe just for this year, but I'm not excited about them. Jamar Chase, Amari Cooper, Corey Sutton, Adam Thielen, OBJ, Will Fuller, Paris Campbell. Look, you have a lot of depth here. You took Jamar Chase over Calvin Ridley. I remember Zach saying that earlier. It's interesting. I think that's okay. I would have taken Kyle Ridley for sure over Jamar Chase. Amari Cooper. You took Amari Cooper, which was good. Travis Kelce. Let me ask you a question, Zach. Are you taking Travis Kelce in a dynasty if he's available at the 4-4? Is that? I know that sounds like a crazy question, but
Yeah.
with the expectation of him not being there, is it
Or,
worth?
he's probably got 2 years of elite production left. So I'm always going to go Waller over Kelce, Kittle over Kelce. Again, so many people are going to disagree with this, but Kelsey's my tight end 4 in a dynasty startup. I'm taking Pitts, then I'm taking Kittle, then I'm taking Waller, and then Kelce. So I would have taken Waller there, but again, I don't think it's improper value to take him in the 4th. A lot of people are taking this guy in the 2nd or 3rd, so the trade value is going to be massive.
Okay. Travis Kelce and Robert Bobby Trees, Tanyan.
Sorry, just quickly though, if you're going to take Travis Kelce, you need to pick up Noah Gray. Noah Gray. Pick up Noah Gray. He's the tight end out of Duke that the Chiefs just got in the draft. And there is a lot of hype about this guy in OTAs and mini camps that he could basically be the Travis Kelce replacement. Similar body, similar skill set. So you need to pick up Noah Gray, put him in your taxi for this year. But go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. I think it's a hard team to really grade because actually, I'll tell you the truth. Until Adam Thielen, everyone else doesn't matter to me. So okay. I think that really falls off there. So I'm going to give this like a C+, a B-. I think this talent, you have, one big future piece with Jamar Chase that I see. Cortland Sutton, I still believe is a future piece. Other than that, all these guys are done in the next 2-3 years, and you're going to be like, yeah, what's happening? So it's a C+, B- for me. I would like to see more youth on this team.
All right, we're going to finish off these draft grades quickly and drop any questions. We see some questions that we'll answer at the end. Cole World, Team 10. You've got Trevor Lawrence, Kirk Cousins, Jimmy Garoppolo. Pretty weak quarterback room there. Your running backs are Dalvin Cook, Zeke Elliott, Mike Davis, Kenneth Gainwell, J.D. McKissic, Tariq Cohen. Your wide receivers are Calvin Ridley, Michael Thomas, Jalen Waddle, Jalen Rager, Russell Gage, Christian Kirk. Your tight ends are Mark Andrews, Gesicki, and Tebow. This is an okay team. In a super flex league, Lawrence is great, but man, Cousins and Garoppolo, it's just a weak quarterback room after your first quarterback. You really want two quarterbacks you can rely on as an advantage in a super flex league. Your running backs are good, but again, they fall off very quickly, and you don't really have any future running backs. Gainwell is good, but Davis is only relevant for a year. J.D. McKissic, I think, is being phased out. Same with Tariq Cohen. So I'm not a fan of your running back room. I am a fan of your wide receiver room. After Rager, Gage is good. I'm not a fan of Kirk, but I can see how Tebow's kind of just a troll pick. I don't love this for Dynasty. I think this is looking more like a redraft team, a redraft super. It's not focused too much on the future other than Trevor Lawrence. So, and Gainwell. I'm going to give this a B minus. I'm sorry. It's just my honest opinion.
Okay.
Let's wrap these last two ones up.
Yeah. All right. Garrett, Jonathan Taylor, James Robinson, Ronald Jones, Tony Pollard, Chuba Hubbard, and Darrell Henderson is decent. I think when you fall off after Ronald Jones, for me, I like Chuba Hubbard. Hopefully he can be some sort of future asset. Tyreek Hill, Mike Evans, Laviska Shenault, Terrence Marshall, Michael Gallup. I think this is pretty weak. In my opinion, I think the top three wide receivers are great. The rest is hard. I like Michael Gallup. Actually, it's even for me. It's not weak. It's even. I'm not in love with it, but I like it. Yeah. Trey Lance, Daniel Jones, Davis Mills. I like it. I think it's hard because you don't know when Trey Lance is gonna start. Your only starting quarterback is Daniel Jones. So I think that's pretty weak in that perspective until we know who's starting week one. If it's Trey Lance or Jimmy G. George Kittle is great, and then Blake Jarwin I love as a sleeper. So I think there's value there. In my opinion, it's a hard team to grade. Another team for me, I think it's a C plus, B minus. I'm not in love with the team, but I do think there's still value on this team to grow.
Okay. All right, let's do the last team here. OJ Splash. I'm pretty sure this is Ed. So your quarterbacks are Jalen Hurts, Matt Ryan, Taysom Hill. Your running backs are Najee, David Montgomery, Trey Sermon, Raheem Mostert, Marlon Mack. Your wide receivers are Justin Jefferson, Devonta Smith, Julio Jones, Juju, Henry Ruggs, Jarvis Landry, John Brown. Your tight ends are Higbee, Hooper, and Fursker. There's two. So quickly, your running back room is great. Good depth, great pieces that you can build around. Mm-hmm. Wide receiver room is great. Again, good depth, good mix of young talent and veteran players. Your clear weak spot is tight end, and then quarterback. So I'm just going to say this for everyone listening. Don't draft Jalen Hurts this early in Dynasty. I'm not touching Jalen Hurts in Dynasty. I don't care where it is. In redrafts, I like Jalen Hurts. But guys, again, there's going to be a video released this week as to why I'm telling everyone don't touch Jalen Hurts in Dynasty. And mainly it's because I think there's a really good chance he could not be the starter next year. Like, this is a guy who's not guaranteed a starting spot in this league beyond next year. So it's not a guy I'm looking to draft in Dynasty. And then you have Matt Ryan. So your quarterback and tight end room is pretty weak. But I'm going to give you a B minus overall. If Jalen Hurts was Trey Lance instead, and, you got Sam Darnold instead of Matt Ryan, I'd be looking at this team very differently. But yeah, it's a B minus for me. I don't think we need to give each other draft grades just because the video's gone pretty long. We'll probably just do Q&As. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, okay. So let's answer some quick questions, and then we're going to head off because we got a podcast that we're going to record. Again, just search Fantasyland Football in any podcast platform. You'll find us. Or look at the Solo link in our description, solo.to. You can find our podcast there as well. But we're about to record it. You'll hear it soon. Okay, so Mark said, thank you Keep up the great work. Appreciate you, Mark. Thanks for subscribing. We answered some of these. So Jimmy Jack says, if you go quarterback tight end early, shouldn't you wait about 10 rounds to get the next guy to capitalize on value? I'll say quickly that drafting people based off value always depends on who's on the board.
Yeah.
So, like,
100%.
if there's value on the board, don't stick to a certain strategy and round. You have to let the draft come to you. So it really depends on how the board falls. Again, I was going to go quarterback earlier, but there was Brandon Ayuk in the 6th round. Kareem Hunt in the 7th round. So, do you feel the same way about that?
Yeah, I completely agree. You have to. It all depends on how the board is looking.
Josh says it's fun because you can do 100 drafts and not have to worry about it. He's talking about best ball, which I read this and I like his perspective. You don't look at it as at best ball. You do it for the drafts, like mock drafts that people care about because it's for real money. Look at it like it's a mock. I do about 100 a year. I have never once took a team during the year. Look at a team during the year. It's just for the drafts. It makes you better for when it comes to real drafts than you care about. So I guess like basically instead of doing mock drafts, you place money on a best ball league, and then you draft just to prepare yourself for.
Yeah. So it's both. So
that's cool.
So like you're spending money with a chance of also trying to win money. And then, when you actually go into your Dynasty League, Dynasty Startup League, for example, you'll feel confident in how you're doing. So essentially you're paying for mock drafts, but also winning. If there's a chance that you can win your mock draft, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. That perspective is cool. That is a cool perspective. I actually really enjoy that perspective.
Yeah.
So maybe we should look at best ball in a different light. Thanks for that perspective, Josh. Gator fan Dynasty possible trade. Jonathan Taylor for Tyreek Hill, Lockett, and a first-round pick next year. Jonathan Taylor, Tyreek Hill, Lockett, and a first-round pick. Badaki, how do you feel about this? Because I know that you're not really a Jonathan Taylor lover, but is that just specifically in redraft?
Dynasty trade Jonathan Taylor for Tyreek Hill, Lockett, and a first pick next year.
I think it's proper value.
I think it is proper value, but he's not getting a running back in return right now. So once again, how's your running back depth? Who else is on your team that is gonna help you until this whole year? Unless you're just gonna be like, all right, you know what? I got a draft pick. I'm gonna tank. I still get Tyreek Hill, Tyler Lockett. So
I think Tyreek is great right now, but the issue is Tyreek Hill and Lockett in 3 years are going to look much different to how they look right now. So that first round picks, you're going to bet a lot on it. I will say this from a trade value perspective. If you have good running backs that you like and you need wide receivers and you're in a win now mode, this makes sense for you.
Yeah.
But if you need to look at the future, then maybe Jonathan Taylor's the guy to stick with. But there's even value on both sides. I hope that helps.
Yeah.
Gabe said, I've started Allen, Tannehill, Mac Jones, DK, Diggs, Sutton, Carson Hunt, Pitts in my first startup. Half PPR, 0.5 tight end premium. Ideas where to pivot to when the draft gets going again. Ooh, I don't think I understand the question fully. But Aki, do you?
I guess like where does he think he should like trade, or that's how I'm saying, like where ideas where to pivot when the draft gets going again. So I'm assuming
I don't know if they have stopped the draft at a certain point and they're going to pick back up.
Yeah, that's hard. The way I'm understanding is that was his team last year. What could I have done better? Yeah, just went to an ad, obviously. All right.
It's a slow draft. Okay, so it's a slow draft. So, this is obviously going to be a much longer. Some people do drafts as if it's like real life.
That's hard.
Look, I don't hate the team, especially half tight end premium. You have Pitts, which in Dynasty, wow, that's going to be a massive value for the rest of your Dynasty career there. I like your wide receivers. Your running backs are obviously the weak point. But what I would say in the rest of the draft is start finding and this is counter strategy. If there's a running back that's available, that's good value, go for him. But you can play the opposite strategy where try and buy the wide receivers that are young, that have potential. And the reason you do that is so you can use them as trade pieces in a year or so. when they are kind of fully broken out and do have that value. So guys that come to mind, like, later on in the draft, if Rondale Moore, Elijah Moore, they're obviously guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown, Kadarius Toney, De'Ami Brown, Eskridge, Nico Collins, those guys who kind of probably might still be on the board, Bateman. And that way, if they become very valuable, you can use them as trade pieces. But yeah, your running back room is weak. Try and find like a Sermon's probably gone, but maybe a Zach Moss late, maybe a Damian Harris late, Ramondre Stevenson late, Chuba Hubbard, Kenneth Gainwell. Hopefully that helps.
Yeah.
Eddie said, glad I didn't bet the house. Yeah, right now the Clips are up 8 points. So it'll be interesting to see if they can 7 points. It'll be interesting to see if they can pull this off.
I don't think it's terrible. I think you still but if you still got time, Eddie, bet it. And you didn't hear from me.
Don't listen to him.
You didn't hear from me.
Don't listen to him. Regardless of best ball, I do like you guys sticking to your passion. We'll be joining your league soon. Oh, that's awesome, bro.
Sick,
Love
Jimmy.
to hear that.
Oh, hey, Jimmy, make sure you join the Discord, man. I don't know if we have the Discord link in our description, the solo.to. That takes us to all the links there, and you can get notifications when I don't know, just get notification.
Yeah, I mean, Discord's great for the league. It's great for mock drafts. It's great for the community. So in the description, you'll see that solo.to/Fantasyland Football link. Join the Discord. Feel free to DM us. That link also has all of our socials. So yeah, man, excited to play with you in the future if you join the leagues. Gator fan, says I have Henry, Eckler, Hunt, Gus, Edwards, Madison, and Pollard. Look, in Dynasty, you need to keep Jonathan Taylor, in my opinion. Then, unless you're going for a win now team, you want to win this year, and you need a solid wide receiver core. Yeah. That's the only way I'm taking that trade, because Derrick Henry is an older running back. Eckler is getting older. After this contract, in 3 years, he'll be 29. Hunt is young for his position, so that's how I see it.
I would say if this other guy that you're trying to trade with isn't really, 100% smart, I would trade Jonathan Taylor for Derrick Henry. Give him Derrick Henry and see how that works. But
if you can pull that off, do it. 100%. If you can be like, dude, let me give you Derrick Henry. What's another piece we can add so I can get Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah.
Pull the trigger, make it happen. But the only other way I'm doing this trade is if I'm in a win now mode and I need wide receivers. I hope that helps. Gabe said, just join the Discord. Great content. Y'all appreciate that, man. That means a lot. You. 15 months. Nothing wrong with winning now and paying for the next 5 to 6 years of the league. Great team. Yeah. Again, really depends on your goals for this year. Every year, like my Dynasty League, one of the ones we just joined and drafted in, I'm not planning on winning this year. I'm planning on winning in 3 years. So I'm okay. It really depends on your philosophy that year.
His team is really just bad, honestly.
Don't get me started. You guys want to hear my team?
Nah.
Here's one of my teams, and I'm going to say my team. I'm going to go ahead and say it. You put me on blast. Patrick Mahomes. Sheesh. Zach Wilson, the Stormin' Mormon. Are you kidding me? Jordan Love. Wild card. Could be good. Could be bad. Who knows? My running backs, Josh Jacobs, Travis Etienne, Javonte Williams. Then there's a bunch of guys who could be good, but those are my core.
He's not excited to tell you his whole team.
I mean, look, I'm not excited about I'm excited about those 3 running backs, because I think I'll have 3 top 20 running backs this time next year. And Javonte, Josh Jacobs, and Travis Etienne. But I mean, I got Kenyon Drake as the handcuff. I got Keyshawn Vaughn or Chris Evans, Keyshawn Vaughn, Elijah Mitchell. My wide receivers are OBJ, T. Higgins. This is definitely where I'm most weak. Michael Gallup, Michael Pittman, Bryan Edwards, Darnell Mooney, Rondale Moore. My tight ends are Kyle Pitts, Pat Freiermuth, Noah Gray, Brevin Jordan. So I'm happy about my team.
Okay. Happy for you, man. Happy for you.
What type of trade would you need for Fant and Dynasty? Just drafted Pitts. Here's what I'll say. Anytime you want to trade someone, put them on the block first. And then see what value comes back. Always put someone on the block. Never just negotiate with one person unless you love the deal. always, if you're really wanting to trade someone, text the group wherever you guys have the chat. Say this person's on the block. Send me offers. You always want to leverage that player to get the best offer. What I will say is we've helped, a bunch of people have signed up to Close Friends Plus. Most recently is a guy named Michael, which is awesome. He's really cool, but we've been able to have some cool conversations about trades and everything.
Yeah.
We offer unlimited DM replies, in our Discord. If you sign up to Close Friends Plus, the link in the description and is in the chat. It's pinned. It's the Patreon link. Sign up for Close Friends Plus and above, and we're going to be helping you with all your questions all year long. So if you're doing trades and you want to, have a back and forth, that is the best place to do it with us. We'll add you to the Discord, get you the exclusives, and then you'll have a direct line to us to ask any questions. So that is the best way to kind of vet those trade questions. But I would just say the only advice I can offer here on the live stream is make sure you open the trade offers to the entire field.
Yeah, I completely agree. You have to know your league. Find somebody who's a Broncos fan in your league, potentially. Find somebody that's weak with a tight end in your league, and that has somebody that's weak, that has a weak tight end. They probably have a really good piece. They probably got a Tyreek Hill that you don't have. They probably got a Patrick Mahomes, whatever the case may be. Obviously, that's really extreme. But you find the weakest team and then also plug it. I like to find the weakest mentally, and also if they if they like that person a lot. So
well, I'll just say you're not going to get Patrick Mahomes for Noah Fant, but
no,
look for the piece
I understand. I understand, but that's why I said that was pretty extreme.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
to figure out something.
All right, we should probably end the stream because we're getting around an hour and a half. But thanks, guys, so much for joining. We love these. We will be live tomorrow night again, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. in Sydney. If you're living in Australia for whatever reason, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. We'll be live answering Q&As. Feel free to hop on, hang out. We're going to be answering any questions you put in the chat. Could be about anything, really. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining. Anything you want to say, Badaki, to finish the live show?
No, that's
live
it.
Stream.
Patreon. Thank you guys for all considering. We're actually really excited. We have a bunch of people signing up, a bunch of people asking questions. And that's what we want. We just want people to feel comfortable in joining the leagues, because it's really just a way to play fantasy football with a community. So all love.
And by the way, last thing I'll say on that, when you sign up to the leagues, if you win your league, you win the money that you donated back. So it's a way to support us, to play in a fun league that we really care about. We'll be with you. We'll be making trades. We'll be talking to you, talking to the league. And then if you win, if you're the GOAT, because it's the Golden Goats Dynasty League or the Golden Goats Redraft League, you're going to win all that money back. You're going to come on the podcast. We're going to interview you. So it's all fun. It's really fun. We put a lot of effort into those leagues. And we know that you guys are going to love them. So anyway, all love. Just drafted Tony and Devontae Smith. I love that.
That's good.
Devontae Smith's going to be a star. Love you guys. Thanks for joining. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you tomorrow night. We got a live Q&A. Come hang out.
Save all your questions. Let us know for tomorrow.
Come hang. And please send Chick-fil-A sauce to Australia. Please. Anyone. Chick-fil-A? Just send me some Chick-fil-A sauce. I really need it. I'm missing Chick-fil-A desperately.
Polynesian sauce.
Nah.
Thanks.
That's a waste if you're going to Chick-fil-A for Polynesian sauce.
Honey mustard. Thanks.
All right. Later, guys.
Later.